Hello and welcome to C++ Weekly. I'm your host Jason Turner, available for code reviews and on-site training. There's a couple of really handy little features from C++ 14 that I just learned a lot of C++ developers don't know about. So I'm going to cover them in this episode. This week's episode is sponsored by the folks at FlexiSpot, who sent me a new FlexiSpot Canna Pro Bamboo Standing Desk, model EC8. If you want more information about it, be sure to check out the links and information in the description below. The Canna Pro came in two boxes, the tabletop weighing about 24 pounds or 11 kilograms, and the base about 70 pounds or 31 kilograms. This is a solidly built desk, so be sure to have a friend available if you need to move it. The documentation was nicely packaged and easy to follow. Overall, it took me about 3 hours to take down my old desk and build and set up the new desk and get it configured how I wanted it. I only had one minor slowdown while getting some of the leg bolts aligned. The new desk was perfectly sized to fit into the old space and worked with no problem on the first setup. I've been using my FlexiSpot standing desk for about a week now, and in fact I'm actually recording this voiceover from it at the moment. It's very easy to adjust when I want to move between sitting and standing positions. One of my favorite features is that it can actually go quite a bit lower than a normal desk, which allows me to adjust it so that my feet can be flat on the floor while the tabletop is at an appropriate height for my arms. The desk is made from a sustainable bamboo material with a nice lacquered finish that is easy to clean and seems like it will be nice and durable. The legs have a enhanced rounded design compared to the other Canna standing desks that are available, and a cool safety mechanism that will automatically stop the desk if it hits something, which I accidentally did shortly after I set it up. I lowered it down onto my chair and it bounced back up with no problem. So even though I asked for and received the smallest size desk that they make, as you can see, it has plenty of room for my needs and is able to hold everything that I use for recording of YouTube episodes, live streaming, and recording of podcasts. There is a variety of sizes and curved shapes available, as well as multiple frame colors as options. The Canna Pro is adjustable in very small increments and has a handy display to show you the current height. Mine seems to have come pre-configured for height display in inches, and I measured it with a tape measure, and it is really quite surprisingly accurate. The desk has a 4-program memory with convenient standing and sitting icons for 2 of the memory options. It only takes 2 button presses to program a new setting and a simple tap to switch between settings. If you're looking for a more configurable work environment, I suggest you check out, again, the links that will be in this video's description. First of all, we have binary literals. Now, for those of you who have been doing embedded development for a while, you might think, what do you mean? This is a new feature in C++. But sure enough, this was added in C++ 14. I mean, it's just a way of specifying a binary literal. It's just 0B and then some bits. If you try to do something that's not a bit, it's going to get angry with you. And this is, in line with a hex literal, or, well, the unfortunate octal literal, because that right there is an octal value, not a decimal value. That's a weird one. But then we also got this little handy tool in C++ 14 for digit separators. So going back to something like this, if I wanted to specify that I've got 2 sets of nibbles here for my declaration, I can just put a single quote mark there and specify that it's just all for human readability. This doesn't actually change the way the code is processed or handled at all by the compiler. And in fact, it's completely meaningless from the compiler's perspective. And if I really wanted to, I could put a digit separator between each of these. So this is going to be entirely up to what makes sense for your specific application. Could do something like this to specify out thousands places. Perhaps something like this to separate out bytes in your hex literal. Or maybe something like this to specify our octal separators like we might see in a Unix permissions bitmask. So yeah, two pretty straightforward and simple new features that are actually quite helpful in the right context. So thanks for watching this episode of C++ Weekly. It's a really short one. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe.